Hi everyone, welcome to the Put a Plan on It video, minute, hour, whatever. Johanna.
Michaela.
We are going to do a video on something that plagues us all.
All of us plant people.
All plant people. One of the common questions we get all the time are, I get these little flies.
Flies, like they're like fruit flies. What are they?
Yeah.
How do I get rid of them?
Where are they coming from? And where are they coming from?
So fungus gnats come from your soil. They like moist, wet soil, so they usually stay around. They hop around from plant to plant, wherever it's moist. I find that your Walmart plants and your big box stores are always wet, so they're always infested with fungus gnats. The thing is about fungus gnats is the eggs aren't actually killed when they do the heat treatment for soil, because but they can withstand that temperature, so they don't die. They just wait and wait to emerge again.
And also, like, a lot of people think if they go into soilless media, like pon or leca and stuff like that, like they're probably not gonna go into leca, but like I've seen them in perlite and I've seen them in moss.
No, I have
So like they still, in Lechuzapon, they probably still be in Lechuza. So in order to be successful in eradicating fungus gnats, you need to have something that kills the babies and something that kills the adults. So one thing that we always like to recommend, and this was something we recommended in our old video, are these mosquito beaters. And so the reason these work is because fungus gnats are Diptera, which are the same thing, the family or order that mosquitoes are. And so this stuff has this stuff called BTI, but it's like Bacillus thuringiensis israelensis, and something like that. And that's why they call it BTI. It's easier to say. And it's a bacteria, so it's not a chemical. It's not anything that's gonna hurt you or your family, your pets or anything like that. You could eat this, I mean it's sawdust, whatever. It's not gonna hurt you unless you're a mosquito, and then it's gonna hurt you.
I hope you're not a mosquito.
No. And so what I like to do with these is I like to snip the corner or just tear. This stuff is really, really fine. And then sprinkle it on the top of the soil. And then for an extra whammy, I take one of these pods, leave it in my watering can overnight, and then water with that. And so this way, every time you're watering your plant, you're activating the BTI, so it's in there. And mosquito bits have the same chemical in them, or the same bacteria in them. I don't even want to say chemical, but it's a bacteria.
Yeah, it's a beneficial bacteria.
Beneficial bacteria. So mosquito bits have it too, but mosquito bits are chopped up corn cobs, and so I find those will get really moldy in the soil and they don't mix in as well. So that's why we like to recommend the sawdust, this version, because it mixes in really, really nicely into your soil and it works really well.
It just rise to the top like the mosquito bits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the mosquito bits float and they just don't work as well.
Definitely. Yeah. Along with treating for your babies, you'll definitely want to treat for your adults, because or else they'll just keep laying more eggs, because they don't get killed by that. Because they don't really sit and chill in the soil. They chill on the soil.
And they fly around, so they're not going to get it.
Plant. So we always offer the sticky trap, gnat traps.
Yeah, and then you have to use these together. Like, a lot of people will just use those, and that's like, well, they're still there in the babies.
Yeah, so you're constantly getting the new fungus gnats, and if you ever get a new plant in, you're just restarting your whole.
Actually, that's a good thing. Like when you're mixing up your soil and repotting, just stick one of these babies in there.
Yeah,
like,
definitely,
open it up
always.
And mix it in there.
And the other helpful thing is it not only takes care of the adults, is it also lets you know like where your problem is magnified, like where it's the worst. So like, okay, I really need to treat like this area again because they're covered, that kind of deal. So yeah, it's helpful to use both of these because the life cycles are ended and abrupted, with both of them.
Start at the end and start at the beginning.
Done.
And then there's a lot of things that people recommend that don't work. So
like cinnamon.
Cinnamon doesn't work at all, unless you like sprinkle it, so it's an inch or whatever.
It has to be thick,
and then otherwise it won't work. And even then, I pretty much put a whole bottle in my fiddle leaf fig before I knew better about cinnamon. And I still got fungus gnats on my fiddle leaf fig because the cinnamon doesn't work. And I put a lot on there.
A lot of people have been putting like stones on top of the
yeah,
soil, and it's
they're
like
bugs. They're gonna find their
yeah,
way in
and
there.
that's compacting your soil on top of that,
Yeah,
so that's not good. That's making every problem worse.
Hydrogen peroxide. We did a video on hydrogen peroxide. I think it might have been the last video, which we'll link above. And that doesn't work either because it's just hydrated water and yeah.
Water caused the issue, so you're just
putting water on top of water. So like, why bother?
yeah, exactly.
I know.
Something that does work, but is a little bit annoying, is diatomaceous earth, because it doesn't work as soon as it gets wet. So you have to like constantly reapply. It gets everywhere because it's a very fine powder.
I hate just using it in general.
I hate
It's
it
so
too.
messy.
I hate the way it like smells and
It
like
doesn't bother me. I just hate it's just like you're trying to apply it on something and it's like
it just gets everywhere. Yeah, and they give you like these little like duster things, but the dusters
No, they
always
don't
get
work.
clogged.
Yes.
Yeah, like oh.
and then like
Drives me nuts.
I've never even tried using it inside. I've only used it outside on my garden and it's like it's ugly.
It is.
And I try, my garden's on all the things and so it's like I don't want this ugly stuff all over my garden.
Yeah,
So
and when it's like
gross.
gets on the foliage.
And it gets
it's like,
chalky.
yep. No, it's not fun.
No.
Uh,
Also, a lot of people try and spray, and again, like you need something that's going to be in there at all times. If you spray
Permeate
it,
your
and then,
soil.
if you're spraying the top of the soil, that's not going to do anything. You need something that gets down deep, and that's why these things work because it's down deep and it works really well.
Yeah. So fungus gnats, despite its name, has nothing to do with fungal issues or anything to do with fungus at all. I don't know where they came up with that plant name or the name of the insect. I have no idea. I looked it up. They're called fungus gnats.
And we're going to be doing a video about fungus and mold and all that stuff, and why, like, should you freak out in your plants or not? But that's another video.
Some cases you should, some cases you shouldn't.
And then the other thing that I find works really great are mosquito zappers. And I have 3 different kinds at home and they work awesome.
And they always scare us when they zap.
Yeah, they do. But they work because they're related to mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So we have to do this during the day and there's people coming out. So that's why you might see the frames changing all over the place.
We're changing.
And we're not changing.
No, I feel like we're like, slightly.
Oh yeah, I was like changing clothes.
Yes. That would be funny. Just hey.
I know, that'd be funny. So that's all that you need to know about fungus gnats. They aren't gonna harm, I don't know. Like,
They're not really gonna harm your plants.
They're
Like
just
it would,
annoying.
yeah. It would take a really bad infestation to actually harm the roots of your plants.
Totally.
So don't
And I
worry
have
too
none
much.
at home.
Yeah, I haven't seen one in a while either.
No. So you can't get rid of them.
You can't. You just
Yeah.
gotta let your soil dry out completely. Treat it with the mosquito pouches or whatever you want to call them, and then sticky traps, which
Yeah.
are just
Or zappers.
and zappers.
Yeah.
They are.
Okay, we gotta go. There's people coming by.
Bye. Have a wonderful day.